If you have network problem, let me know. Okay? Okay. No, sir. We're switching to computer. Okay, perfect. Now, so if you look at it, if you try looking at your nose, your eye cannot see your nose. Now, that is not because your nose isn't there. Your eye can definitely see your nose, but when the more you focus on it, the more your eyes ignore. Their eye take your nose is like Photoshop. Your eye is photoshopping your nose. At every point in time, your eyes can see your nose, but your brain has taught your eyes how to remove your nose from your field of vision. That is why if you're looking in front of you, like just looking at something like, for example, right now, looking at your computer screen, nothing disturbs you, okay? Nothing disturbs you at all. You can see in front of you without any disturbance. But in reality, your nose is always in the field of vision. Now, how does this even start to concern cryptography? Remember, I have defined cryptography as the hiding of information. So, what is the hiding of information when it comes to me looking at something? Okay, now that is the biology, that is the physical way of cryptography. Secondly, another thing that has to do with cryptography is that in the dark, when you are in a dark place, your eyes can actually not see. Sorry about that. When you are in a very pitch dark place, your eyes cannot see anything. And when your eyes cannot see anything, they start using other parts of your body to sense. For example, when you are in a very pitch dark area, you will discover that your sense of touch become very heightened. That is why when you are in a dark place and a wind blows and passes, you feel it. You are afraid, like somebody passed there, because your other senses become very heightened. That itself is cryptography, because it's trying to show you that there are things that are hidden and you are trying to sense them out. So when it comes to computers, what are some of the things that are being done as cryptography? We're going to look at some few, okay? So we're going to look at the first one, and we're going to be using CodePen. And most of you have heard of CodePen. We've used CodePen before, and we've written some very, very nice code before, okay? So let's go and say we want a new pen. And in this new pen, we're just going to go ahead and create a simple login form. And to create a simple login form, we're just going to say form. And we'll close the form. And we're going to say input. And we're going to say type of the input equals password. And we're just going to close that. Now, if you see what we've done, we've just created a simple input form right here. Now, if I put this as text, I'm going to be able to just come here and type Bruno, and I'll be able to see the word Bruno typing out right there. Okay, so now to employ the most basic form of cryptography, I can change this to password, and that name Bruno will no longer be Bruno. It will be, if I type Bruno now, it will be dot. That is the most basic type of cryptography. Now, why do I say this is a basic type of cryptography? Because this is trying to hide that information. Does it make sense now? It doesn't make sense to you now that cryptography is all about hiding information. Even if it means hiding that information in plain sight, it's basically hiding information. Does it make sense? Yes or no? I want to understand. And I need questions so far. It makes sense, sir. Okay, okay. All right, thank you. Oh my God, I need a massage. Fucking hell. Mm. Okay, so now that it makes sense to you, we're going to move to the next one. Okay, now cryptography is all about the hiding of information. My computer teacher used to hide documents in white fonts. Exactly. That is a form of cryptography. You are making a lot of sense. So he goes to a document, select all, change into white font so that for you to read it, you'll be able to only right click. And then when you highlight or you change the font back to black or you change the background to black, then you'll be able to see the text. That is a very good form of cryptography. Now, cryptography is as old as the human itself. There are so many cryptographic passages in the Bible. And the reason why I want to go to the Bible is so that you guys don't say, no, Bruno, this is something new. This is something we've never seen before. You just coming to tell us, no. Cryptography has its root right down to the Bible. Now, if you go to the book of Genesis chapter 1, if you go to BibleGateway.com and you go to Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. Everybody knows about this. All the Christians, everybody who calls themselves a Christian have read this part. It says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now, there is a lot of cryptography inside. There is a lot of cryptography. Because it goes to verse 6 and says, now the earth was formless and empty, darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. Now, why will I say that there's cryptography in here? Now, this is not to shaking your faith. No, this is not to shaking your faith. This is to show you that things are hidden in the Bible. Okay? Now, the original Bible doesn't say in the beginning God. It doesn't exist. Okay? The original Hebrew scripture, which was written, says in the beginning, the gods. It doesn't say God. It says the God. But that's something for another day. Now, why would it say the gods, and then when it's being translated, it says God? That is in the sense of it, you have to understand if you read all of the Bible. But that will go to shaking a lot of people's faith, so I'm not going to dwell on that a lot. Let me tell you. Okay, now let's talk about this. Now let's leave this Bible side and come back to the things that we are seeing in the world. Now, cryptography is in everything. Now, sometimes, listen very good, cryptography is in plain sight. Sometimes it's not in plain sight. What do I mean by cryptography is not in plain sight? In the technological world, cryptography is not in the plain sight when it's in a database, when it's hidden in a database. Sometimes cryptography is in plain sight when it's visible for everybody. Okay? So now you start saying, but wait a minute, Mr. Bruno. How dare you say cryptography is in plain sight and people don't know about it? Well, you are about to learn one of the biggest tricks in the book. Now, I'm going to open an image of someone, and I'm going to do it in our distribution here. And I will ask each of you on the group, on the class, to tell me what you see. Now, please don't tell me what you do not see. Just be honest and tell me exactly what you see. Okay? I search for the name of a very popular person. I go to the images and I choose one. Okay, so I'm going to choose the one that looks like everybody will going to definitely recognize. Okay, I'm going to choose this one and I'm going to save this image and I'm going to save it to my desktop and I'm going to call MJ and I'm going to save it. After I save it, I'm going to minimize this guy because we don't need him anymore. And I'm going to open this image. I'll try to make it a little bit bigger for everybody who is here to see. Okay, so this image doesn't look quite good. So I'm going to look for a bigger image. Just give me some time. Okay, I'm going to go to images.google.com. Sorry about that. Michael Jackson. And of course, I'm not going to waste my time to search. I'm going to go to tools. And you can see tools doesn't compare very well. I'm going to say large. That's what I was looking for. I'm just looking for an image that's going to be super large where we can copy it. So this is actually the last image. I'm going to save image as. Okay, so this is mj.web, mj1.web picture. And I'm going to go ahead, open it. I don't have something to open that with. Sorry. Basically, we can use any picture. Okay, so I'm just going to save this like that. No need to stressing too much. And I'm going to move this guy here. I'm going to open this image. Perfect. So this is a very good image. It's very big. It's very popular. What do you see? Guys, everything that comes to your mind as you're looking at it as a professional hacker, whatever comes to your mind, just start typing. Now, you can tell me his name, you can tell me his color, you can tell me, you can describe his t-shirt, you can describe whatever you see. What do you actually see? His wavy hair, pink lips, his hat, very good. Yes, that is very good things. Yeah. Anything that comes to your mind, just put it out there. Anything that comes to your mind, just put it out. It must not be female kind of face. Exactly. That's, yeah, it looks a female kind of face. That's true. You know, whatever. Like, if you see anything like the background is a curtain, I can see that the background is a curtain, it has been wrapped up and tied, those kind of things, anything you notice, just keep putting them out there. Okay, this is a good exercise for you. There's a portrait at the back. Portrait. No, that's actually a door blind, a window blind. No portrait at his back. There's no portrait at his back. No. That's actually a window blind. I know why you're saying portrait, because you can't see it that clearly. So no. I'm not going to penalize you for that. His strong nose, his strong nose, sunglasses that are sort of hidden. Yes, good. There's a sunglasses on his chest that are hidden. There are two tie pocket on his stuff. We can go on and on and on. Okay. Now let me give you guys the shock of your life. Everything that you have typed, that you saw, that you've seen in this picture, is 100% wrong. Yes. If you think you're looking at Michael Jackson, in cryptography, if they ask you this question in cryptography, that who is in the picture, and you say Michael Jackson, thank God you have 0 on 100. The thing you are looking is not Michael Jackson. Now, before I go forward, I want to tell you that everything that you see on a computer is some sort of cryptography. And this is where your mind starts changes. I'm not going to go into the other part of the human being where I'll be able to tell you that there is no human being on earth. Yes, I know when people start listening to me, like, Bruno, so do you mean that you are not a human being? Absolutely not. Okay? So let me prove to you that there's nobody in this picture. There is no red t-shirt in this picture. There is no hat. There is no pink lips. There is no eyes looking at the camera. There is nothing. Now, let's close this picture for a while. Remember, the name is 224840. That's the name of the picture. We're going to close it. And this is the picture right here, 224840. That's the name of the picture. We're going to close the rest. We're going to just delete the rest. And let's see what kind of a witchcraft we are talking about. Now, 224840. Correct. That's the name of the picture. 224840. That's the title. It means nothing. Now, guys, when I double click on this image, You saw those things you described to me. And that's why I wanted you guys to describe it extensively. You saw a black hat. You saw wavy hair. You saw a long nose, strong nose. You saw a pink lips. You saw a female-looking face. You saw a red shirt. You saw sunglasses on the chest. Those are some of the things you saw. And I have told you you didn't see well in the field of cryptography. Now you understand why I said I needed to switch you into cryptography, because cryptography is a whole different ball game. Now, before I go further, I want to shocktalize you. Let me use that word. Let me shocktalize you. Let me say like Araram news. Remember when I said if you are good in ethical hacking or cybersecurity, you can make 6 figures in the United States. Who remember that? I said every week you can make $5,000. I remember. I said every week your payment can be $5,000 every week. Like you going every week, your bank account, bling, $5,000 every week, $5,000. That's 2.7 million CFA francs a week. What if I tell you that if you know 10% of cryptography, every week it's 15,000 in your bank account? Every single goddamn week, it's 15,000. Now, you need to prove it's not going to be free. It's not going to give you this money for free. You need to prove that you are a master of cryptography. You need to prove that you have mastered the thing extremely well. And to prove that, I'm going to be showing you some tricks. Okay? So, let's open our text editor. And I'm going to expand the text editor. And I'm going to place it here at this corner. Now, if I type the word, hello there, Hanley, who can read that? If you cannot read that, please told me. Try to be told me if you cannot read it. If this is something you cannot read, the thing I've just typed, tell me. Can you read what I've typed? Yes or no? Yes, I can read. No, I cannot read. Tell me, I want to hear. Okay. Joy seems to understand what I've typed. Yes, I can read. Stanley seems to understand what I've typed. Okay, I'm going to type another thing. I want you to tell me. So I'm going to type here, Joy, what have I written? This is for Joy. What have I written? Perfect. Let's see if that is true. Stanley, what have I written? Let's see if Joy is actually on the right path. And this is how cryptography is taught, right? Because if I rush it, you guys will fuck up big time. If I rush it, you will mess up. And I love coding. So it seems like we all know what has been typed. Okay, let me go and type something else. Okay. Stanley, what have I typed? Read it to me. Okay, now what has happened is you can see text on the board. You can see text. You can clearly see that it starts with IJPO colon, but you don't know what that means. True or false? You can see text, but the text is gibberish. It's complete nonsense. True or false? It's gibberish, it's jargons. It doesn't make any sense. There's no way you can tell me that this makes sense to any human being. Okay, what if I tell you that the picture you were describing to me is what I just typed? Let me say that again. What if I tell you that this IP is the pink lips you saw? At this point, I will believe. Okay, let's see if that's true. We're going to take all of these text and we're going to take this picture And we're going to push this picture inside this text editor. Who saw that? Who saw it become blue around the corners, trying to accept the picture? Who is seeing it before I let it go? Who can see that the corners of our text editor and the one at the corner has become blue and is accepting, is about to accept the picture as an input? Watch. So it says retry. Couldn't open the file. So I'm going to go, let me get another text editor. Oh, I don't need to get another text editor. I simply open the wrong text editor. The text editor I'm supposed to open is called, what's that name? Slime. Sublime. Okay, not Slime. Okay. This is a text editor I was supposed to open. Okay, sorry. This opened the text itself. I think this is, oh, fake. Hold on 1 minute. So let's get Notepad. Oh. Okay. So give me a minute to install Notepad. Perfect. Let's use Notepad++ for our use. Okay, it's not going to be available for. So now, what I'm trying to explain to you guys is that everything has its Notepad++. Okay, so that's basically just Notepad, but so that's the installer, that's the zip. No, I don't want it in exe. Guys, we need to do this in. Okay, let me read about that. So it says we'll have to go to the App Store and look for it. Nope. Okay, so we might actually need to do this one. So let's add this key so we're able to get access to the Notepad directory. This is crazy. So this is old. Let's see. So 1 minute, well, we need a Notepad. We need a Notepad editor, which is not going to give us this problem. No, this is too much. I'm not going to go through all this for Notepad. Okay. So let's try using Terminal as a text editor and see. Cancel that. So let's use Terminal as an editor. I will see what Terminal will do with it. Okay, Terminal will give you its location. Perfect. Okay. So which means Nano will be a better option. Okay. So Nano was able to go ahead and do what I expected it to do. Now, when you look at, I put the image into the terminal, and I said, Nano that. Now, as you guys know, Nano is a text editor. Nano is able to edit that text for me. As you can see clearly, even though, I can use Vim. So as you can see clearly, this is that picture you were describing with all that beauty. You were saying, but you can see that there are certain languages. You see, you're using H7. And if I scroll down, you can see that this is a lot of text. This is not your average one type of text. So everything you thought you knew, everything you thought you were looking at was just a set of commands, a set of texts. But those texts have been compiled or compressed into what you called that picture. How do you know? You can see here that we're editing desktop 224840.dpt. That's it right there. That's what we are editing. And it's not Michael Jackson's face. It's a lot of text. Now, this might have been okay if this is just what it is, right? Okay, I get it. It's the computer program that writes the picture. So yeah, fine, I get it. Okay, so no big deal. It only becomes a big deal when I start showing you words that you can recognize. Am I making sense? It only becomes a big deal if I start telling you, there is RQ 0S, there is MHEI at. Are we seeing what I'm seeing? It only becomes a problem when I start telling you this thing has some specific way. When I start showing you that it was made in the US, inside the text, I don't know which typing or whatever. That is when it becomes a problem. When you are able to see specific things that you can recognize. Now, why is that a problem? Well, I'm going to close here and I'm going to open Vim. Okay? So Vim is a text editor that lives inside the terminal. Okay? I'm going to say Vim. We want you to nano that. Okay, Vim is not going to nano. So I think the better option will be, I'm looking for a text editor that will show me this thing in. So if you are using Windows, this will work perfectly with you if you have Windows. You just put it on the notepad and that will be as simple as that. So let me see if I can get another text editor. What is Gleaning? Okay, Visual Studio Code. Okay. This is Terminator, and Terminator might actually do a trick. So Terminator is basically the terminal, but in a very well-organized manner. So let's go here and say nano. Okay, as you can see, we are using Terminator to edit those texts, right? And the reason why you like Terminator is because it shows me in color coding those things that are about to that I'm seeing. Now, guys, if I come here and I type, now follow me and follow me very closely. If I come here and I type joy, my key is under the bed and the password is Bruno. Watch your back. Something like that. Let's say I'm trying to warn Joy of an imminent attack. Now, those of you who have been following me, you know that Control X and Y and then Enter will save that picture. Now, have you noticed that just by saving that picture, absolutely nothing has happened to that picture? So if I double click, I still see the same guy, true or false? I want to hear you guys. I still see the same guy. I still see the curly hair. It might not be as clear as before, but it's the same person. True or false? Very good. Now, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go now and go to, just watch very keenly. I'm going to go to gmail.com. Oh, no, let me go to mail.titan. And let me go here. And Stanley, I want to know if you are the one on the laptop right now. Are you the one on the laptop? Stanley? Okay, perfect. So Stanley, your email is what? Give me your email. You can type it. Okay, so that would be Stanley Continue. Stanley Senyoy at gmail.com. So it's sent by God, Stanley. And I'm going to say, check this out, MJ. Now, and then I'm going to say, hello, Stan. Send me my password. And then I'm going to upload that file. Of course, I don't want to add a link. I want to upload a file. So, Mother Yakat, what are you doing? Oh, see, I'm fucking crazy. So I cannot send it because this is an internal stuff. So what I'm going to do is let's look for what's the easiest way? Okay. Image share. So let's just get, yep, this is the easiest image share in the world. Start uploading. I just upload this guy. And of course, it shows me right there, the same person, auto delete. And I'm going to upload. Image has not been uploaded. Some errors have occurred and the system couldn't process your request. Okay, that's basically a problem. So let's say image share again and use another one, postimages.org, and do not resize my image, remove after 1 day, and then upload my image here. Internal server error. Okay, so now there are so many things that might be going wrong. They might actually be identifying it as an edited image. But what happens is if I send this image to Stanley, sorry, I'm not going to be able to send it to you. Let's I don't waste time. So I send Stanley this image. All Stanley needs to do is to open terminal and let's say terminate. Okay, and Stanley just need to take that image back into the Terminator and go into Terminator and say, you know what? I don't want to just put the image link. I want to nano into the image. And guess what? Stanley sees that message. It's still right there. You can see it right there in plain text. So now what is happening? What is this? Because, okay, it all looks good, but what the hell is this? Hackers it has been a very difficult thing to catch hackers because hackers started writing themselves emails and sharing data inside images. Now, this doesn't look dangerous until I start telling you that you can put an exe file inside an image. Yes, including PDFs. So we're going to do it on a PDF. So take a look. And I'm going to do it on my live PDF. Yes, you can put exe file inside PDFs. So I'm going to go to zoix.com. and I'm going to get a simple PDF. So actually, let me get a PDF from a different source, which is not zowix.com. So let me go to Z extracting, and I'm going to go ahead and download a PDF from here. Now, this PDF might take some time to download. So if it takes a lot of time for us, what I will do is, okay, it's not going to take too much time. So let's take a PDF from an innocent source, just a tracking company. These guys are just talking about the tracking. They have a wonderful PDF, blah, 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 bro, co, and you say, okay, good. I download that. And I'm not going to put it on my download here. I'm just going to put it on my desktop. That is it. Simple. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to type terminal, and I'm going to open that image inside my terminal. So what I want to do is I'm just going to open here and go to desktop. And of course, see, I had so many PDFs before. This other PDF, what was it called? I need to check on that. So we saved it as brochure. So click once and click B. So we have Black here, Alain, Flyer, Yannick, brochure right here. And the reason why I double click is so that I want to open it. I want to show you guys, hey, this thing is actually the thing it says it is. Now, that is the PDF. So that is actually what we're looking forward to. Now, the thing is, if I bring this PDF over here, and then using the same power of nano, and I nano that, guess what? That PDF you claim is a picture, combination of picture and text, is just this rubbish. You can see it right here. Pages 40, Acrom Farm, PDF 1.7. It's just this rubbish. Now, if you notice keenly, it starts with a less than, with a double less than, and ends with a double greater than. So that means I can go ahead and, of course, since I'm using nano, I'm not going to be able to just type easily. I'm going to do a double less than, a double greater than. So inside this double less than and this double greater than, I can do my shit. Now, let's do some crazy shit. Let's try, I've never tried this before, but what we're going to do is we're going to go to IP logger, and we're going to say, we want to get a link. So we're going to create a short link. We're going to say whatsapp.com. We're not going to waste any more time. We're not going to do anything else. And we're going to create a code. We don't need to hide anything. We're just going to go ahead and copy. And then once we copy, we're going to go ahead and put that inside our PDF. Now we have that link, that dreaded link inside our PDF. We're going to go ahead and say Control X, press Y to confirm, press enter, and the PDF has been written. Okay, so we have already edited the PDF file. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead now and go to our email and go to the innocent looking Stanley Chinwe, and we're going to say, check this out, company brochure. And just like that, we have bypassed all kinds of antivirus check. Those of you who know about PDFs, you know, most antivirus skips over PDFs. We're going to go ahead, attach our file, and it's called brochure for sure, and upload it, and we have sent. Message sent successfully. So Stanley Trinoi, it's now your turn to share your screen with us and show us what you are seeing. Stanley, you have the floor. Stanley, You have the floor, my friend. Oh,
Can you see my screen?
thank you. Let's go ahead and see what Stanley is looking at. Stanley, Jesus Christ. How many browser? Okay, that's Global Void. Yes, you received it. So you download that. So click on download. You are opening it right inside. Good. Download that. Now, thank you that you're using a Windows system. That is very good. Good. Open it for us to see. Just open the file. Let's first of all confirm that this file is actually what it is. Good. You see, it failed to load the PDF. Now, the reason why it failed to load the PDF is because there is something wrong with this PDF. Now, open your text editor. You can right-click. You can block us. I know you have sensitive tongue of your text editor. So you can block us and then open your text editor. Notepad. Just regular notepad, old man. Just regular notepad, ancient representative. Just regular notepad, ancient Pharisee. Four billion tabs open.
What is going on?
Oh, the laptop. You start it. Stanley, he cannot even hear us. He cannot type. Cannot do anything.
So
It's
my
frozen.
it just froze out of a sudden.
Can't even talk.
This is weird.
Peter Hacker. I hope you can hear me. I can do nothing. Okay, the mouse is. It feel like it makes the drunk in me too. I feel drunk. The guy's asking me, what did I do? I could not do anything. Like they begin to kill me one day. It doesn't stop for teaching. Oh God, I'm sorry. Oh man. Oh, I'm on the AC. Oh my days. Then you go sleep. How do you restart? Woo! Hey. Whew. God, please. Oh my God. Mm-mm. No, God. I say. Daya katama sina. Whew. God, please. Who tried to say anything? Oh, no. No. Woo.